Faithful Shepherd uses the professional learning communities model that is brought on by Rick and Becky Dufour, and that has basically 4 questions. How are we going to decide what they want to learn? And that's our I can statements. How are we going to assess those I can statements, which is common assessments? What are we going to do when they know it? And what are we going to do when they don't know it?
Before the PLC model was implemented, teachers more or less worked in isolation. So when the student results weren't what you wanted them to be, you had to figure out what best practices were and what strategies you could use to help the child reach these goals by yourself. Now we've actually scheduled time in where teachers can meet with their own grade level teams to look at student results, and we can help each other out.
In building our math curriculum, we first started by looking at state standards and national standards, and then we looked at what was appropriate at each of our grade levels, and we met across grade levels to make sure that there were no gaps in the curriculum. After we did that, then we again met as grade level teams to make the language student friendly, so that then the students were also empowered in part of their learning. So each of the targets or standards then were stated so that the kids could say, I can do this. The kids are then responsible. Can you do this, or are you still learning to do this?
Another aspect of the professional learning communities model is going cross-grade. An example of that is when we implemented our new facts in a flash so that the kids had to know them with automaticity, we would ask the second grade teachers what their results were so we could see if what we were doing was working and if the students were retaining this information that we worked so hard to help them to achieve.
I see myself as an extension of the differentiation that is already happening in the classroom. Whatever is happening in the classroom, I'm just a part of that. There are students that even after they are assessed, that they even have more of a learning need to go deeper and accelerated learning. And so we offer an enrichment for those students based on multi-criteria.
We look at best practices or what is current in the field, and then we come back again and talk about that and say, do we keep doing it in this order or in this way, or should we change the way that we do it? With math specifically, we did totally revamp the order or the way that we taught math facts based on best practices, and then we looked at was that more beneficial for our students?
Even currently now, the Archdiocese is picking that up too. They're realizing that what we're doing, have done for a long time, is what we need to be moving now for kids in the future too, is that meeting those kids at their levels.
The professional learning community is a great benefit to the students because they have the benefit of all of our collaborative work.
Our students, as they go on to high school, they've been challenged, they've mastered those I cans, and when they leave here, they're confident. They can figure out what tools do I need to make sure I do know this, moving on to high school and to college.
One little guy, he wasn't getting it, and he kept practicing, and he's like, I'm gonna get this, and we were like, yes, you are. And then, so he gets the 100%, and he's out in the hall in front of the windows going, I got it! Because we never said you can't. You are still learning it, and you will get it, and we will find every way in our power to help you be able to say, I can do this.